Welcome back to the channel. Joey Moss with Bad Boy Gaming. Skadoosh! We're going to talk about some trash, and we're going to talk about some busted cards, and we're going to talk about something that's basically an infinite combo that locks your opponent out. It's redunculous. All these cards are Modern Horizons spoilers that are going to be coming out next month. Let's take a look. Starting with Archmage's Charm. It's a 3-drop. Choose one. Counter target spell, which of course is always great. Target player draws 2 cards, or gain control of target non-land permanent with converted mana cost 1 or less. Again, Modern's really quick, so I mean there's a lot of 1 and 2 drops. I mean 1 drops especially. It's gain control of target non-land permanent with converted mana cost 1 or less, which can be pretty powerful. But the flexibility on this card, again, I can't preach enough. Flexibility wins matches because there's different options you can do here. You can draw 2 cards, you can counter it, you can do a lot. I like this card. It's going to see a heck ton of play. Farmstead Gleaner. It's a 3-drop artifact creature Scarecrow. Can you imagine like a Scarecrow tribal being a thing? Like I think that'd be pretty sweet, but I wouldn't count on it, but maybe one day. Farmstead's I want to say Cleaner. Anyone else? Farmstead Gleaner doesn't untap during your untap step. What is a Gleaner anyway? I don't even know what that means. For 2, tap it. Look at this weird tap symbol. Was that a mistake? Is the untap what? Oh, is the untaps. It's the untap symbol. We are learning together. Hooray. Okay. So for 2, untap it. Put a +1/+1 counter on Farmstead Gleaner. Wow. That's different. So very unique kind of card there. Maybe it's going to see some play. I don't know. I mean, you don't see that too often where you pay 2 to untap something. Its own self. It's weird. Plague Engineer is a 3-drop rare creature carrier. That's right. It has diseases. It has death touch as well. As Plague Engineer enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. That's right. Any type you choose. Creatures of the chosen type your opponent's control get -1/-1. It's on a 2/2 body and power. Yes. The lasting effects are invariably fatal. Phyrexian Progress notes. This is a really cool card, though. I mean, for only 3, and I like that it has so many different abilities. It's got the Death Touch, and also, well, 2 different abilities. It's got the Death Touch and of the chosen type. If your opponents are running anything tribal, you smack this sucker down, and it's not legendary. You can smack multiples of these down. Your opponent's creatures can just hit the battlefield dead. I mean, they probably wouldn't cast them in that case, but, nonetheless, pretty freaking sweet card. It's gonna see play, believe it or not, Ripley. All right, King of the Pride. Other cats you control get +2/+1. I'm not sure if this is a reprint or not. I don't think it is. It's a 3-drop cat. Other cats you control get +2/+1. That is phenomenal. Why couldn't they do that with this trash right here? Okay, I think all of us were very disappointed with this absolute garbage, dumpster fire, Dire Fleet neck breaker. It breaks my neck even looking at this crap card. Moving forward. We have, I can't remember the name of this card. I do apologize. It is a snake, though. I'll tell you that much right now. It's got this crazy level up stuff that we haven't seen in some time. But level up for 1, you basically pay 1, put a level counter on this. Level up only as a sorcery. Level 3 through 7 is 4/4 protection from instants. Level 8+, it's a 6/6 protection from everything. This thing can get redunculous, and it only costs 1 to bring out. That's all she wrote, man. Just 1 to bring out. And then you start pumping this thing and just make it redunculous. Protection from everything, if you could pump it that many times, yeah, you better be fearful, man. It's a mythic. The price on this thing is probably going to be like $20. I haven't looked at the price on this card, but some of the other cards that are coming up, I'm going to show you some price points. And you're going to be like, huh? Like, yeah, they're pretty ridiculous. What am I looking at? Nobody knows. Okay, sorry. It's all mothball. All right, moving on. Cloud Shredder Sliver is a 2-drop. God, I love slivers, and I love that they're back. Sliver creatures you control have flying and haste. Forked tails rusted, talons clicked, a lone sliver streaked overhead like jagged lightning, and the hive thundered. If only that would have rhymed. I mean, I probably could have made it sound better if I rhymed it there. It's a 1/1 though. But man, sliver creatures you control and not only have flying, but they also have haste. Holy smokes, Bolus. We're coming in pretty freaking heavy, man, with these slivers. Calm it down a notch. These things are going to be out of control. I can't wait to make a budget sliver deck. This thing might be an inclusion in that build. I mean, it's probably going to be like $5 a pop for this thing, but nonetheless. Sling Gang Lieutenant. Look at this dude, man. That goblin's going for a ride. And it's gone for 4. Creature, goblin, it's uncommon. When Sling Gang Lieutenant enters the battlefield, yes, I'm feeling better. Create 2 1/1 red goblin creature tokens. Oh, that's fun, huh? Then sacrifice a goblin. Target player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. We got gain and drain with gobos, man. Red Rakdos goblin decks. Watch out. Those things are going to be on fire, man. Freshly promoted to First Rock. That was eager to make an impact. He sure will. So, what if he hits a wall, though? All right, Unbound Flourishing. This card is silly, man. It is a 3-drop enchantment. Mythic. Pay attention. This is dumb. Whenever you cast a permanent spell with a mana cost that contains X, double the value of X. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell or activate an ability, if that spell's mana cost or that ability's activation cost contains X, copy that spell or ability. You may choose new targets for the copy. As my homie Jonathan Wolf would say, it's doubling season for X spells. This is going to be stupid. This card's already going for $35-40 right now. It is going to be hot, baby. This is one card that's really going to sell Modern Horizons. I hate to tell you this, guys. I picked up boxes for like $180, $185 a pop. They're already at $210. Ebates, check the link in the description. At least you can save $10 and 2% off your first purchase. It's crazy. And it helps the channel as well. But seriously, great way. Also, support your game store first and foremost. But if you don't have a game store around you, check out the Ebates selection in my comments. Yeah, it's good stuff, man. What does this go good with? Torment of Hailfire, of course. Banefire. Genesis Wave. Finale of Devastation, which was just printed, and Walking Ballista. I expect all of these cards to slightly tick up in value. Well, be careful with Finale of Devastation, because that thing is like it's still, a hot season for those kind of cards. But, Finale was at $1.15. Now it's all the way down to about 8-ish. But I expect it to slowly tick up. Torment of Hailfire. What a bomb. I remember that thing was $2 a card. Now it's like, what, $8, $9, $10? And it's just going to continue to rise. Just a godly card from, what was that, Hour of Devastation? I believe so. Yes, there you go. Or Amonkhet, one of the two. No, that's Hour of Devastation. Amonkhet has the pyramid. All right. But very cool. All these cards would benefit the card we just saw before immensely. Sure, you got it. Good. We're going to get onto this infinite crazy stuff in just a moment. Spring Bloom Druid 3. All hail the elves. Hurrah. When Spring Bloom... can I even talk? Never. Not ever in a video. When Spring Bloom Druid enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice a land. If you do, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Put them onto the battlefield tapped and shuffle your library. That is amazing. We got Goat Nap. It's a 3-drop. Gain control of target creature until end of turn and untap that creature. It gains haste until end of turn. If that creature is a goat, it also gets +3/+0 until end of turn. Goat lives matter. Desolator Magic and MTG Perp. Don't you dare think I don't know what you guys have been doing to goats. I heard the rumors out there, and that is disgusting. Goat lives matter. Everyone light up the comment section with Goat Lives Matter. These 2 sick individuals need to know what's going on. Moving on, Genesis. Haru. It's a 5-drop creature incarnation. It is a rare as well. At the beginning of your upkeep, if Genesis is in your graveyard, you may pay 3. If you do, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Yeah, those are braces, okay? Not Dryad, Centaur, or Avatar, but life itself. It's on a 4/4. I just don't think this really is worth a darn. I think it's an okay card, but I just think it's more of a filler thing. At the beginning of your upkeep, if Genesis is in your graveyard, you may pay 3. If you do, return target creature card from your graveyard. That's great to bring stuff back to your hand, But it's on a 5. Out of here. Way too slow for Modern. Not going to happen. Very limited play. Again, limited is where you're going to find it. Winds of Abandon is a 2 drop. Right in the toilet. Sorcery. Rare. Exile target creature you don't control. For each creature exiled this way, its controller searches their library for a basic land card. Okie dokie. That's good. And then those players put those cards onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle their libraries. Overload for 6. For those of you new, overload means you may cast this spell for its overload cost. If you do, change its text by replacing all instances of target with each. So that can get a little out of control. It is sorcery speed, though. It's not instant, which is about the only downfall this card has that I see. Price point, I don't know, probably under $5. We'll see. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. Moving on, Ren and 6. It's like Ren and Stimpy, but man, this thing is pimpy. Let me tell you. Good for the loam decks, land matters kind of brews. It is a deuce drop. Legendary Planeswalker Ren. This is where we're going to kick off some shenanigans. +1, return up to 1 target land card from your graveyard to your hand. That alone right there is ridiculous, and I'll explain why in 1 second. -1, Ren and 6 deals 1 damage to any target. Does anyone else want to say Ren and Stimpy? Am I the only one? I don't know, maybe. -7, you get an emblem with instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard. Have Retrace. It is a 3-drop. I believe Retrace, you can pay the casting cost again, and then you sacrifice it. I believe that's how it works. Or then you exile it. I believe that's what Retrace is. Really cool card. Let me show you something stupid. Credit goes to Reddit user Electroforest. This is the second time I've given him a shout out because he always is the first one to come up with these things. I swear, this person is probably like someone secretly working like in Magic's Wizard's Tower or something like that. Anyway, nonetheless, and there's different ways you can do this, but this is just one example. Turn 1, you play your forest, or you drop your forest, you play your exploration. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Turn 2, you drop your mountain. You're able to cast your Ren and 6. Return up to 1 target card from your graveyard to your hand, yada, yada, yada. The Ren and 6 deals 1 damage, yada, yada. The thing with Strip Mine, okay, you are going to lock your opponent down because return up to 1 target land card from your graveyard to your hand. It's +1. Every turn you can do that, and you're infinitely just locking out your opponent. Yeah, it's not an infinite combo, okay? You don't just sit there and just destroy all your opponent's lands all in one little swoop. But every single turn, you're like, if you play a land, dude, I'm just going to take it away because I'm going to end up sacrificing my Strip Mine, destroying one of your lands, and then I'm going to return that land back to return up to 1 target card from your graveyard to your hand. You're going to return that to your hand again and then replay it yet again. You can continuously do this again and again, and you're just destroying your opponent's lands. And you can play an additional land on your turn with exploration. So you're still riding your curve while you're just destroying your opponents. This thing is stupid. You're going to see play. It's going to be worth a pretty penny. It's probably going to be, it may be a top contender kind of build. I'm just saying, top 8, watch out. This is going to happen. Modern, guys, calm it. No, get excited. Force of Rage. 3-drop instant. If it's not your turn, you may exile a red card from your hand rather than pay this spell's mana cost. Create 2 3/1 red elemental creature tokens with trample and haste. Sacrifice those tokens at the beginning of your next end step. I think it's okay. I don't think it's amazing. It is a 3-drop, but you can easily, if it's not your turn, so your opponent goes first, man, you can easily just sacrifice like a shock or something, and then on your turn 1, boom! You have 2 3/1 red elemental creature tokens with trample and haste. Yeah, at the beginning of your next upkeep. Well, how would that play? If it's not your turn, you may exile a red card from your hand rather than pay the spell's mana cost. If it's not your... Okay, so I guess you could use that as like blockers, you know, like in that sense. Because at your upkeep, yeah, these things are just going to go bye-bye. At the beginning of your next upkeep. Yeah, so yeah, think about that one before you play this. See, I almost messed this card up. Whammy. Pillage is a 3-drop. Destroy target artifact or land. It can't be regenerated. There's that word regenerated. Are we going to see regeneration come back? I don't know, but it's a good possibility. It's saying right here, you cannot, things can't be regenerated. So that means we might see things that can be regenerated again. This is nutty, man. But Pillage is a great card. Destroying a land or an artifact for 3, fantastic. And you can't bring those suckers back. Hollowhead Sliver. This is probably one of my favorite arts so far on a card. It is a 3-drop. Sliver creatures you control have tap, discard a card, draw a card. Deuce. Why not? Slivers needed something like this. Probably one of the less desirable slivers, but serving a great purpose in the right kind of brouhaha. Brilliant! They evolved away from energy-taxing brains and respond only to spinal reflex acts from the hive mind. Rakumo Field Journal? Yeah, whatever, man. Pretty sweet card, though. I love it, and I love the artwork. Probably my favorite artwork so far. Battle Screech. It's a 4-drop. Create 2/1/1 white bird creature tokens with flying. Flashback, tap 3 untapped white creatures you control. Flashback again, you may cast this card from your graveyard for its flashback cost and exile it. All sounds harmonize with the word soul. If I got the retrace thing wrong, someone by all means, please correct me in the comment section. I'd love to hear about it. But yeah, Battle Screech, slick card, man. Why not? Last but not least is the Fallen Shinobi. Crazy combo tricks with this sucker, man. It's got ninjutsu, so you know it's good. It's a 4-drop. Return an unblocked attacker you control to hand. Put this card on the battlefield from your hand tapped and attacking. So basically, you're swapping those two out. Whenever Fallen Shinobi deals combat damage to a player, that player exiles the top 2 cards of their library. Until end of turn, you may play those cards without paying their mana cost. So definitely a little combo trick there. You fake him out with something really crappy, and then bam, smack him in the face with this sucker, dealing 5 damage to his mouthpiece. You know what I'm saying? And then also you get the little trigger there from, you can play your opponent's cards by looking at the top with it. Top 2 cards of their library. Pretty nasty. Just make sure you got the mana, of course, in hand to spend to cast those things. But really cool. I had a lot of fun in this video. If you guys had fun too, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. And if you're not subscribed to Bad Boy Gaming, definitely something wrong with you. You got to go get checked out at a doctor. Seriously. You might want to be like, what is that down there?